Hello, Henry Clay. This Veterans Day, we pause to honor and thank our veterans, past and present, those who have served and those who are serving today around the world, advancing freedom and the cause of liberty. Henry Clay High School also owes a debt of gratitude to those faculty members and former students who have served in our armed forces. On Veterans Day, we remember those who have served in previous wars, those who are serving today, and those who did not live to become veterans. Veterans Day also reminds us of our solemn responsibility to care for those who have fought our nation's wars. Since the colonial Minutemen first stood shoulder to shoulder, countless Americans have answered our nation's call to serve and defend liberty. They are true heroes. In the past century alone, they fixed bayonets at the Battle of Marne, they stormed the beaches at Normandy and Omaha, assaulted Heartbreak Ridge, patrolled the Idrang Valley, and stared down our adversaries on the plains of York. They stood as shining examples of ordinary citizens doing the extraordinary to defend a grateful nation. Like those who wore the uniform before them, today's armed forces continued their proud legacy. At this very moment, American servicemen and women, active in reserve, from every walk of life and from every ethnic, religious, and racial background, serve in harm's way. From the mountains in Afghanistan to the sands of Iraq, from the jungles of Colombia to the shores of the Philippines. They are giving hope to millions that liberty, justice, and a lasting peace are within their reach. Today, the proud men and women of our armed forces are once again engaged in a global struggle against those who threaten our very way of life. At every turn, they demonstrate our firm resolve and serve notice to terrorists that we will prevail. We are proud of their commitment, dedication, and accomplishments. The Fayette County Board of Education and the faculty and staff of Henry Clay High School wish to thank our veterans for their selfless service and for ensuring the continued security of our nation. On this Veterans Week, I urge every Blue Devil to take time to thank one of our nation's 24 million veterans. They come from different generations and different backgrounds, but they are united by a commitment to honor, duty, and love of country that has kept America free. They continue to strengthen and inspire our nation. Moreover, we will never forget what we owe them. Thank you for listening.
In 1918, on the 11th hour of the 11th day in the 11th month, the world rejoiced and celebrated. After 4 years of bitter war, the Allied powers signed a ceasefire agreement with Germany and France on November 11, 1918, bringing World War I to a close. The war to end all wars was over. November 11, 1919 was set aside as Armistice Day in the United States to remember the sacrifices that men and women made during World War I in order to ensure a lasting peace. On Armistice Day, soldiers who survived the war marched in a parade through their hometowns. Politicians and veteran officers gave speeches and held ceremonies of thanks for the peace they had won. Armistice Day officially received its name in the United States in 1926 through a congressional resolution. It became a national holiday 12 years later. Congress voted Armistice Day a federal holiday in 1938, 20 years after the war ended. But Americans realized that the previous war would not be the last one. World War II began the following year, and nations great and small again participated in a bloody struggle. After the Second World War, Armistice Day continued to be observed on November 11th. In 1953, townspeople in Euphoria, Kansas called the holiday Veterans Day in gratitude to the veterans in their town. Soon after, Congress passed a bill introduced by Kansas congressman renaming the federal holiday to Veterans Day. Beginning in 1954, the United States designated November 11th as Veterans Day to honor veterans of all U.S. wars. In 1971, President Nixon declared it a federal holiday on the second Monday in November. Veterans Day continues to be observed on November 11th, regardless of what day of the week on which it falls. The restoration of the observance of Veterans Day to November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of that date, but it helps focus attention on the important purpose of Veterans Day. A celebration to honor American veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve for the common good.
I'm Chelsea Nubach. I'm a senior at Henry Clay. My grandfather built and flew airplanes during World War II. It's important to appreciate those who have fought for our freedoms. Veterans Day gives us a great opportunity to honor those who have and currently are serving our country.
Hi, I'm Pauline Doherty. I'm a senior at Henry Clay. My grandfather is a veteran who was a pilot in the Vietnam War. Veterans Day is important because it gives us a way to honor the people that have served our country.
Hi, my name is Merrick Coleman and I'm a freshman here at Henry Clay. I think Veterans Day is just a great day that we set aside for those who have served in the military. I've never actually had any family members that have served, but I think it's a great day to honor those that have and those unfortunate that haven't returned.
My name is Jasmine Barburn. I'm a senior at Henry Clay High School and in the Army Junior ROTC program. Veterans Day means a lot to me, especially because I'm a military brat. My dad is a Vietnam vet, and my uncle and cousin were in Desert Storm. I feel honored to be among veterans, especially representing them during the Veterans Day parade. You can't take what you enjoy for granted because you obtained it through those men and women who made the choice to protect your freedom. It's important to recognize that, even if it's as small as a parade or a free lunch.
Hi, my name is Scooter Stein, and I'm a senior here at Henry Clay High School. To me, Veterans Day is a celebration of selflessness, of people giving back to their country because they believe that is what is right. My mom is a state representative, and my uncle is a veteran of the Vietnam War, and to me, the mark of a truly good citizen is one who wants to give back to others just because they feel it's the right thing to do. On behalf of all Americans, I'd like to say thank you, veterans, and God bless America.
Hi, my name is Whitney Lunsford. I'm a senior at Henry Clay, and I'm involved in JROTC. Veterans Day is important to me because it's a day I can show my utmost appreciation for those who have served in the military to defend our Constitution. These are the men and women who have fought to give us the rights we have today, which can be taken for granted by many of us, such as our right to an education. So show your appreciation to these men and women today, whether it's a simple thank you or even a letter of appreciation.
My name is Justin Powell. I'm a senior cadet in our school's JROTC program. Veterans Day is very important to me because it's a day that we can honor those that have bravely served our country defending our rights. Each branch of the military has been represented throughout my family. I plan to join the military after I graduate from college so that I can honor those that have served before me.
Hi, my name is Taylor Steele. I'm a senior at Henry Clay High School. My grandfather and uncle both served in the military. I think of Veterans Day as a day to give thanks and to support both men and women that are fighting out and veterans. And for that, I want to say thank you.
Hi, my name is Cameron Sales. I'm a freshman at Henry Clay. I had a grandpa that was in the Army and I had a grandma that was in the Navy. I think Veterans Day is about the soldiers that risked their lives to save ours.
Hi, I'm Lane McCarty. I'm a junior at Henry Clay High School, and two of my grandparents were in the armed forces, both in the Air Force. And I think it's important that everyone remembers that even though Veterans Day only comes once a year, that we should remember it all year round because our freedoms depend on their service.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Mullins, and I'm a senior at Henry Clay. Veterans Day is very important to me as an opportunity to thank those who have served and are currently serving in our military, including my grandfather who served in Korea and a man from my church who is currently in Afghanistan. Veterans Day is an opportunity to do what we should do every day. Thank those in our military for the freedoms that we enjoy today.
Hey, I'm Mary Mays. I'm a freshman at Henry Clay High. Veterans Day to me is remembering what my great-grandfather did for his country during World War II. He was a medic who risked his life saving other people. He earned many medals for what he has accomplished for his country. Every time I hear his name, I think of the risk he took and how much bravery he must have had. Now, as I look at his medals, I want to be more like him and being a true American.
Hello, my name is Alex Thompson, and I'm a senior at Henry Clay. My grandfather on my dad's side was a minesweeper. I'd just like to thank all the veterans today and know that they are in our hearts and minds every day, not only for protecting America as an institution, protecting our constitutional rights and that kind of thing, but also protecting America as a people and giving us heroes and something that we can live up to. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ted Murner. I'm a senior here at Henry Clay. My dad served as a Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel in Operation Enduring Freedom in Iraq. I believe that all citizens should observe Veterans Day because without the military, we would not be leading the lives that we live today.
Hello, my name is Linda Newberry. I'm a teacher. My memories of veterans is definitely associated with high school era. We worried about them. We saw the news clip. I brought it into our living rooms. For me, even after being a student of the 60s and also being a social studies teacher, looking back, still what it means to me is the extreme sacrifice of these young men and women every day. It fills me for deep respect for anyone in the military that is willing to sacrifice their time, their family, their life to keep me doing comfortable things here at home. I don't think that we as Americans can ever do enough for our veterans.
Hello, my name is Bill Pope. I'm a U.S. history teacher here at Henry Clay High School. I wanted to say a few things about why I think Veterans Day is an important day to acknowledge and observe. It's set up so that every American can express his and her appreciation for the service that all our men and women in the armed forces throughout U.S. history have given to the country. It's been an extremely important part of our history and the way our country has developed. Regardless of whether or not these veterans have served in combat, they performed a very important service for us as Americans. They were willing to put themselves in harm's way, whether or not they were called upon to do so. My father was a World War II veteran serving in the U.S. Army in France in 1944 and 45. My impression of the impact of that experience on him has meant a lot to me. It did a lot to turn him into the person he was, and every veteran I know, combat or not, looks at their military experience as a real important experience in their lives. And these experiences combined have meant a whole lot to the way our country has come to be the way it is today. So everybody should take some time today to think about the importance of the contribution of these men and women who did such a valuable thing to serve their country. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, this is Coach Groupie. I've been in the military since pretty much 1980 when I went to college at the Air Force Academy. I was in the Air Force for 12, 13 years as an officer. I was an ROTC instructor at UK for 4 or 5 years. I also coached basketball out at the Air Force Academy. And for 5 years I worked up at Wright-Patterson up at Dayton, Ohio, working with the F-16 engine program. I've been back in the Guard, first the Air Force Reserves and then the Guard. And now I'm in the services where I'm a fitness director. As far as what Veterans Day means to me, coming from a family that is full of people that have served, I guess it's pretty important. All 4 of my brothers and sisters have all been in. We were all 5 of us were officers at one time in the Air Force. 2 of my sisters are still in. My dad was a retired chief in the Air Force, so it's a pretty big thing in our family. I think it's nice that we have Veterans Day where at least the country can come together and just kind of give thanks to all those that have served.
Hello, I am Major Retired William Larkin. I am the Senior Army Instructor at Henry Clay Junior ROTC. I started my military career back in 1968 as a Marine Corps private, went through during the Vietnam era and went on to college and received a commission in ROTC at Ohio State. Since then I've served all over the world from Germany to Korea and retired with the Air Force in 1996. I taught at 2 universities at the senior ROTC level, and I came to Henry Clay in 2003. I think Veterans Day is one of the most important parts of our holiday because it honors the men and women who are serving and have served in all the wars and the peacekeeping efforts that we have had to endure to maintain our freedom and continue in this constitutional government that we so enjoyed compared to the rest of the world. I think during the parade, our biggest disappointment was the lack of people, but the crowd was very supportive. And it's very interesting to see 80-year-old World War II vets taking their hats off and saluting the American flag as we're passing by and clapping for the young people that are willing to get involved. I think it shows great appreciation for all the outstanding contributions that the men and women in our American services have done in the great history of this country and for the world in general.
My name is Frank Crossman. I was a sergeant, E5 in the U.S. Army, served from 1986 to 1993. I was stationed in Fort Knox, Kentucky twice, did 2 tours here. Was stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia for a tour. Was stationed in Galhausen, Germany, and then also was deployed to Iraq and served in Desert Storm, Desert Shield. Was there from December 23rd, 1990 to May 19th, 1991. Veterans Day to me is a day to honor those people that have fallen for the opportunity for us U.S. citizens to have or to enjoy the lifestyle that we have, regardless if it's the sacrifice of the people that we love for that opportunity. Everyone needs to remember those people and not let it just be a day of vacation, but a day of remembering those people and honoring them by saying the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I'm Sergeant First Class Brian Hunt. I'm from Grove City, Ohio. I'm a teacher here at Henry Clay Junior ROTC. What I've done in the military, I served over 20 years, places like the 101st Airborne, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Fort Benning, Natick, Massachusetts, Hawaii. Some of the places I've been overseas was Korea, Malaysia, Japan several times, Egypt, Israel. I had a real good experience of meeting a lot of different people and working with a lot of different people. It's memories I'll never forget, people I'll never forget. What does Veterans Day mean to me? It means honoring old soldiers, fallen soldiers of the past, present, and being in Junior ROTC the future. So, you know, when Veterans Day rolls around, that's what I think about.
Hey guys, I'm Sergeant Eric Bowander, known otherwise as the art teacher here at Henry Clay. It's my second year, also help coach freshman football. What Veterans Day means to me is pride in your country and take pride of what it means to be an American. I've worn the uniform for the United States Army for about 8 years now, and it's been really good. Not done any deployment overseas. I have done a year of Homeland Security. I've helped out with Hurricane Katrina relief, done a couple tours for border duty. So seeing a lot of things within our country has meant a lot to me, and I've learned a lot from that.
My name is Lieutenant Bob Moore. I'm a network administrator here at Henry Clay. I also coach football. I've been in the Army since '94. I've served on active duty in the National Guard and in the Army Reserve. I've done duty in places such as Korea, Africa, Europe, the Middle East. I did a combat tour in Iraq. I've also been stationed at North Carolina, Texas, Missouri while I was on active duty. While I was in Iraq, I served most of my time in Baghdad. I also did a couple of months in a place called Balad. I was part of a psychological operations task force for most of that. The year that I did over there changed me quite a bit. It's tough to see some of the politicians and stuff here at home using the war and the soldiers as a tool for their gain. We're doing a lot of good over there right now, and I'm proud to have served with the people that I served with. They're friends that I'll never forget. Veterans Day means a lot to me. I have a lot of family who has served. I have a brother that's currently in Iraq. My father served during Vietnam. 2 grandfathers served during World War II. An uncle who served in the Marines during World War II. it's a time to remember everything that everybody who has served, whether it's in peacetime or war, has done for us. The freedoms that we hold dear are because of people that have served in the uniform of all branches of service, not just the Army. And I'm proud to be one of the people that have served.
Hi, I'm Scott Brown. I'm a social studies teacher here at Henry Clay High School. For the past 24 years, I've served in the United States Army and in the reserve components. I've served in such diverse areas as Germany, Africa, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Veterans Day is a time of reflection for me. All around us today are reminders of men and women who stepped forward in every generation to serve the United States and the causes of freedom, and who as veterans continue to make a contribution for the welfare of our nation. Each year on the 11th of November, the American people pause to recognize the veterans who served across the years. And we offer special thanks to those who still walk among us. Approximately 25 million of our fellow citizens once carried the title of Marine, Soldier, Airman, Sailor, and Coast Guardsman, and now carry the unique title of Veteran. We know them as our neighbors, friends, colleagues, and family members. They make us proud to be Americans. American veterans have helped us grow stronger as a nation, and we will forever be grateful for their personal courage, love of country, and devotion of duty.